Bonjour, bonsoir, and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show off my flag collection. I've been collecting flags for a long time, and I have a small collection, not a big one. So the flags that I have, some of them are small and some of them are really big. I think I can be able to show the big ones. They're just basically flags from other countries and flags from here in the U.S. Yeah, I've gotten flags from other countries, and I bought them at souvenir shops. And I have them. They're in good condition. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to show them off one by one. And here is flag number 1. Okay, this is the flag of the United States of America. Okay, okay, I'm gonna clear my throat. I got a frog in my throat. All right, this is the flag of the United States of America. I'll just go ahead and describe this flag. Okay, in the top left-hand corner, there's a blue field with white stars on them. The white stars represent all the 50 states in the United States, and the red and white stripes represent the original 13 British colonies. And I got this flag. I found this flag. I found this flag lying around my mom and dad's house. This flag was purchased at a store by my mom because my mom was super patriotic, and she bought 2 of these. I don't know what happened to the other one. She lost the other one, but I found this one. So I decided to keep this one as a souvenir, a keepsake, just like the other flags in my collection. Okay, flag number 2. Okay, this is flag number 2. The flag of Canada. I bought this flag. Just gonna clear my throat here. Okay, as I was saying, I bought this flag at a souvenir shop at the West End Marketplace in Dallas, Texas, back in the late 90s. And this flag is faded because, I had it in my room and, had the window up in my room and the sun was shining and the sun faded out the flag. So, I hope I didn't disrespect any Canadians. But I also got another one. And I'll show that flag to all of you. Here's the second one, or a replacement. So this one is a lot better. I bought this one at a souvenir shop in Canada, which is Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Yeah, I bought this Canadian flag. I bought this Canadian flag in Canada at a souvenir shop in Victoria, British Columbia. And it's a great improvement over the faded one that I bought at the West End Marketplace in Dallas, Texas. And I got my sister, my father, and my mother. They all think that I have an obsession with Canada and I have a thing for Canada. And I'm going to tell you a story about me I ran into a woman in Canada on this cruise ship from 2023, the Mediterranean cruise. Me and my dad was in an elevator, and I was wearing a bright red hoodie with Canada printed on the front of it. Yeah, I bought that also at a souvenir shop in Victoria, British Columbia. So okay, the Canadian woman saw me wore the hoodie, and she asked me this question. Oh, you're from Canada. What part of Canada are you from? And I was going to tell her that I'm not from Canada and I'm from the U.S., my dad butted in and told this woman that when I was a little boy, I had a thing for Canada and I have an obsession with Canada and I love Canada so much, which is a lie, and it's kind of creepy and weird and kind of strange for my dad to say something like that. Now, I'm going to tell all of you, I don't have an obsession with Canada. I don't have a thing for Canada. And my sister, my mother, and my father, they all think that. And they're dead wrong. So I'm here to tell you I don't have an obsession with Canada. And I have some people coming onto my channel from Canada and tell me not to come to this country. Oh, Canada is so bad, and blah, 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 blah. We all vow you to not come to this country. And I really don't care about all that stuff, I'm gonna go to any country that I want. If I go to a country, if I don't like it, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. And when I leave that country, I'm gonna say some things about it. Hey, there's some things I don't like about Canada, and there's some things I like about it, but I don't hate Canada. And I've been brainwashed by Canadians who hate their country, and they're filling my head up with a lot of crap. So, I'm not going to listen to what they say. They can think whatever they want, and I don't really care. So anyway, let me get off of that and show you guys the next flag in my flag collection. Oh, you guys know what flag this country represents? This is a flag. This is a flag of the United Kingdom, or to be Pacific, the flag of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I got this flag at a souvenir shop in some village in Belgium, or Belgique. And they had a lot of flags they had the flag of Belgium, the flag of France, and other flags if I can remember. So I decided to buy this one. And you notice on the flagpole there was a white ball that was on the tip end. it was knocked off, when I had the flag in the bag. Someone rode by on a bicycle while I was walking through while I was walking through that village in Belgium, and someone just knocked the ball or head off of the flagpole. Yeah, the wooden flagpole right here. So, I'm not mad or anything. You know, I guess I was in a country with a bunch of pickpocketers or thieves. But anyway, I showed this flag in a really old video, explaining my trip to the UK. So speaking of the United Kingdom, I don't know if I want to go back to that country or not, because I look at the United Kingdom on TV. It's becoming more like the US, and it is. And I heard this on Winston Wu's one of Winston Wu's videos on his Happier Abroad YouTube channel. He did an interview with somebody, and him and this person, they were talking about Americans love their colonizers, which is the United Kingdom or the British, and they pump up British culture to be wonderful and sophisticated. But the truth is, British culture or culture in the United Kingdom or Great Britain or Britain isn't all that great anyway, and it's not. It's not that great, and you got people in the UK who like to make fun of their misery. They had it bad, and they just like to make fun of it, which is kind of odd. And I just feel deep down inside, I just want to stay away from these Anglo-Saxon nations. Countries like the United States, Canada. Well, Canada is half Anglo-Saxon, and the other half is French. Francais. The United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand. I just want to stay away from those Anglo-Saxon nations. Excuse me. I just want to stay away from those Anglo-Saxon nations. Hope I said it right. Yeah, I want to stay away from those Anglo-Saxon nations because, because what's the point? And someone from Australia told me to move to Australia. I already live in an Anglo-Saxon nation that's not that great. Why in the world do I want to move to another one? Okay, let me get off of that. Let me show the next flag. Okay, this is a flag of the European Union. Yep, this is the flag of the EU. I got this flag. I bought it at a souvenir shop in Hamburg, Germany. And I really like this flag. It's blue and it has yellow stars on it. I guess those stars represent every country that's part of the EU in Europe. So, it's good that I have this flag, to remind me that I went to Europe. Yeah, along with the United Kingdom. So, I bought this flag along with the flag from the United Kingdom back when the UK was part of the EU. And there's a country there's a country in Europe that should be part of the EU, and that's Ukraine. I think Ukraine is still in that war with Russia. So when that war with Russia, so when that war between Russia and Ukraine comes to an end, I think Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, should have his country part of the EU. And I guess this flag will be modified and have another star added to it to represent Ukraine. So this is a beautiful flag. I like this flag. This flag represents Europe, every country that's part of the EU. It's a gorgeous flag to have, and again, this flag represents, or it's a proof, well, not represent, but this flag is proof that I've been to Europe. All right, the next flag. This flag is the flag of Greece. I got this flag at a souvenir shop in Greece. I also bought another one that's like it for a friend. And I'm not a big fan of this flag. I'm not gonna bash the flag of Greece, but Greece is a very beautiful country, and it is. Some woman at a souvenir shop asked me where am I from, and I told her I was from the United States, and she said, "It's no. What state are you from?" I said, "Texas." So it's just. Why I gotta identify with the state that I'm living in instead of the country that I'm from? Yeah, I guess everything that's American has just hit the entire globe, or some countries in the world. And when I was at that souvenir shop, I wanted to buy another flag of Greece for a friend. So these two women helped me out. So they pulled out a vase one of them pulled out a vase with with flags that look exactly like this flag, like copies of the flag of Greece. And they were showing me all these flags, and when it got done, I just looked the other way. They didn't say anything, They just compared a flag that I have, this one, with one that I want to buy for a friend. Then after they showed the flag, after one of the two women at the souvenir shop showed the two flags to me, one of them said this to me: "Well, I can't help you if you don't tell me what you want." Yeah, it's the fact that I live in a part of the U.S. where I can't speak for myself, where I can't say anything. I have to sit back and be quiet, and I hate it. I just don't like that. I want to speak for myself. I want to tell people what I want. But I got some people who are just holding me down, who won't let me speak, and it sucks. So anyway, I like this I'm not a big fan of this flag. I'm not gonna say it's ugly. It is what it is. It represents Greece and the Greek people. And I took a look at the Greek women. The Greek women are gorgeous. And speaking of Greek, there's this singer that I like. His name is George Michael. He's gay. I think he died a long. I think he died. He died a while back. George Michael. He was in a group along with this guy named Andrew Wrigley, whatever his name is, and him and Michaels formed the group Wham, a British teen pop group. Then after that, after the group died off and the members broke up, George Michael went on a solo career, and he released his debut album called Faith. I like that album, and I do. I like that album because of the song, because there's one song I like on it. I Want Your Sex. Yeah. So George Michael is half British and half Greek. So that's all I gotta say on that. Okay, the next flag. Okay, this is a flag of Norway. And Norway is a Scandinavian country. I don't like Scandinavian people. I think they're ice cold and antisocial. They're not very sociable people. Norway, it's a nice country, but it's not a very sociable one. The people are kind of like zombies or something. The people there are kind of like zombies. My sister, I went to the country along with my sister and my parents, and on a cruise. It was a cruise from 2017. It was a cruise that I went on with my parents and my sister. We sailed from Southampton in England in the UK to Belgium, Norway, Germany, and France. And my sister, I went into this souvenir shop with my sister, and she spoke to a woman who spoke really good English. And she was from, I think she was some military base somewhere in the U.S. and she's living, yeah, no, I think she was living in Norway. And I ran into some Americans in Norway, and one of these Americans were very atrocious, doing American things, which didn't clash with the culture in Norway. Didn't talk to any Norwegian people, because they were very, very cold people, Just feel like you're just invincible, and I just stay clear from these Scandinavian countries like Norway, Sweden, I think Finland is Norwegian, I don't know. Denmark, I don't know. So Norway was a very interesting country to visit. nothing great about it. And but there's one thing I saw in Norway that was interesting. I saw a statue of a man, and someone stuck a flag that represent the gay people, the LGBT people. Yeah, me and my sister saw that flag in the statue of a man, his hand. Yeah, the hand of the statue. Someone stuck a flag, a rainbow colored flag, in the hand of this statue of a man. He was I think he was some figure of Norway. And when me and my sister saw that flag, I said this to my sister. Yeah, I know what that means. So that's all I gotta say on that. All right. Let me show the next flag. Okay, this is a flag of Turkey. And when I was in that country, when I was filming things, I kind of ignored the culture there. You can't film people in certain settings, like a mosque or something, like a mosque. And and forgive me, I was very ignorant at the time. Turkey, I saw in that country, I saw the statue of the Virgin Mary. That's in one of the videos of my trip on that Mediterranean cruise from 2023. It's up on my channel. You guys who are new to this channel, you guys are welcome to watch part 1 and part 2. If part 2 is available. It just depends on what country you guys are living in. If you guys are living in another country, I guess that video doesn't appear. It doesn't appear. But it's up on my channel, and it is. Yeah, I got both part 1 and part 2 of my 2023 Mediterranean cruise trip. Vacation. Holiday. Anyway, yeah, you can see here, it's just a red flag with a moon, a crescent moon, and a white star. They're next to each other. It's very simple. It's a simple flag. It's it represents Turkey, and Turkey is a country that's located in both Europe and Asia. You got a little piece of the country in Europe, and you got the other half, big half, that's in Asia. So when I was in Turkey, I was in the Asian part of the country. So I went to Asia. So I went to Asia for the first time, and I'm gonna go to Asia again on this next cruise that I'm gonna be going on, which is in the later part of October. So it's October right now. So I'm excited. So Turkey was a really nice country, and there were some people in that country who wanted to talk to me. I bought a souvenir at a souvenir shop. It was a tent shop. It was a statue of a Roman soldier. After I bought this Roman soldier, it was a statuette. After I bought this Roman soldier statuette at this tent shop, I went back to the tour bus to join my parents and my sister, and there was this old guy who I bought the Roman soldier statuette from him, and he wanted to talk to me. I just walked right past him, and he just looked at me and like this look on his face, and he said, "This, what in the world's wrong with him?" Again, you know, I'm around. I've been around a place that programmed me to be this way, and I'm breaking out of it. So I want to change. I want to talk more to people, and I hope I can talk to people in countries like China, South Korea, Japan. South Korea and Japan, I heard, are very antisocial countries, and China is very sociable. People are friendly and sociable. So I don't know if I'm gonna have any. I don't know if I'm probably ain't gonna have a chance to talk to anybody in China. So okay. So this flag of Turkey it's very simple. You know, it represents the entire country. So that's all I gotta say on that. All right, next flag. Well, this flag right here, it doesn't represent a country. It represents a province in Canada, British Columbia, or BC. So as you can see here, this flag has the Union Jack on top with a crown in the middle of it. Then at the bottom of it has blue waves that represent water, and the yellow thing right here is the setting sun. Hence, the terminology to this is the sun never sets on the British Empire. So I got this flag along with that other Canadian flag at a souvenir shop in Victoria, BC. Yeah, at my time in Canada from a cruise from 2013. Yeah, I went to Canada on a cruise ship in 2013 that sailed from Seattle, Washington, all the way to Juneau and Skagway in Alaska, and down to Victoria, British Columbia in Canada, which is the last stop before heading back to the States. Some say this flag right here is ugly, and it's not ugly, you know. This flag just represents British Columbia's British heritage, because this province, BC, in all of Canada, was a colony of Great Britain or the United Kingdom. So, you know, I like this flag. You know, it's very interesting. Okay, that's all I gotta say on that. Okay, next flag. All right. This is the flag of France. The French Republic, or République Française. I'll say it again. République Française. The flag of France. The French Republic. Okay, this flag is a tricolor flag. It has blue, white, and red. Also got a bigger version of this flag. So this small version right here, I got this in a city in northwestern France, which is in the Normandy region. Normandy. It's in a city called Le Havre. Bought this at a souvenir shop. It's a little table flag. It's small. Okay, I'll just go show you guys the bigger version of this flag. I'll just show the other bigger version of that flag, and I have it with me. Vive la France! Vive la France! Vive la France! So I got two flags of France. This table flag and that big one that I just showed. So yeah, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, I think I told a story about my time in France. I think me and my sister we were walking through Le Havre, and we were walking around, and we went into we went into some place. Well, not a place, but we saw some people selling things on the sidewalk. You know, people were selling rotisserie chicken, and a woman was selling purses and all kinds of items. And I looked at this, and I'm saying to myself, this will never happen in the U.S. If you try to sell some things on the streets, you get in trouble. Like, you have to like get permission, like from the city to do that. But in France, it's completely legal. People can sell things on the streets because the streets in a city or village belongs to the people. And as me and my sister, we went up to all these things that were being sold. This woman was selling like purses and items, all kinds of stuff. And this woman came up to me and my sister, and she spoke to us in French. And me and my sister didn't speak a lick of French. She said something to us in French. I guess she was telling us like, "Are you interested in buying anything here? I got some purses. I got a lot of stuff that I'm selling here that you're interested in." I guess that's what she was saying. But me and my sister, we didn't speak French, and we just ignored her and just walked away. And I wore that bright red Canada hoodie and shorts, which was ridiculous. I guess she saw us wear that. I guess she saw me wearing that hoodie with Canada on it, and she thinking that me and my sister, we were from Canada, or she thinking that we're from the French-speaking province of Quebec. So, well, this was back in 2017 on that 2017 cruise. Yeah, that sailed from Southampton, England, in the UK to Belgium, Belgique, Norway, Germany, and France. République Française. I haven't mastered the French language. I just say like a few things in French, like merci, merci beaucoup, merci, je vous remercie. That's, I can say some other things. Salut, bonjour, bonsoir, Bienvenue. So so that's not gonna help me out. So I need I've been learning French. I've been skipping my French lessons. You know, I'm gonna get it in the end if I don't learn French. So yeah, anyway, I like having both of these flags. That's this small flag. I bought this. Yeah, I bought this at a souvenir shop in Le Havre in France on that 2017 cruise. And that big flag that you guys saw, that bigger flag, that bigger version of the flag of France, I bought that at a souvenir shop in Cyprus on that 2023 Mediterranean cruise. Okay, I got 2 more flags to go. Here's the first one. These 2 flags are from the U.S. Okay, that's the flag of California. That thing is huge. Hope you guys saw all of it. That's a big flag. Um, yeah, my dad got that for me on got that for me. He ordered that for me, and yeah, it was a yeah. Well, I wanted it, you know, and I asked him to order it for me, and he ordered it for me. This was like I think back in the late '90s and early 2000s, somewhere around that. So yeah, yeah, that's the flag of California. I'm from there. All right, the last flag. So this been in the plastic, so you know I don't want to take it out. So I'm just the flag of Texas. I might take this thing out, or I might leave it in the plastic. I mean, yeah, these are just one of those 2 flags from the U.S. Yeah, the flag of the United States, the flag of Texas, this one, and that huge flag of California. So yeah. So I'm gonna brag about this flag. So there, I'll just go ahead and end this video. I'll just go ahead and just end this video. And that concludes my flag collection. Alright, if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike it. And leave your comments. And thank you for watching this video. Merci, merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Cheers.